Today on the show, my guest actually was a high school state semifinalist on tennis teams at his high school and is a third-generation E&H legacy. Ben Blevins, captain on the E&H tennis team now, has been here 4 years. Nice to have you on the show, Ben.
Appreciate it, Chris. Thanks for having me on.
Now, Ben, you were on a lot of successful state high school semifinal teams. How do you think that's prepared you for your career at E&H?
Yeah, well, I think, growing up as a tennis player and being in that type of situation, in that setting, I think it's really helped me over the years. It's, I was kind of a late bloomer playing tennis. I started when I was 13, and going through the high school period with playing with that elite competition definitely helped as far as that making the transition into college. So
and having good talent with you, but also playing against good talent, obviously, if you're in the state semifinals. That probably helped you out quite a bit too. What do you like most about playing tennis here at Emory and Henry, and what really attracted you here? What brought you here?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think over the years, it kind of, I guess the whole small town atmosphere here, like being together and the closeness, has really helped. Also, and in being with the student faculty ratio here is about 15 to 1. It's kind of similar with my high school. We both went to Abingdon as well, and the size is about the same size as Abingdon, and I felt just compelled to come here because of that sense of and I knew I could get a quality education here as well. So
and as I mentioned, you're a legacy, third generation. You said your grandmother came here, your father came here, your brother came here as well. Did that play a big part in it? Was there some coaxing from the family members to come to Emory and Henry?
There was a little influence there. It wasn't the sole factor that really brought me here. It definitely was an influence though, and I kind of thought that my parents supported me. They were behind me on any decision I wanted to make to go anywhere, and I think that, but here I felt my calling to come and receive the education and still be a student athlete and pursue my love for tennis here as a student athlete. So.
Now, you said you came to a school about the same size as Abingdon High School, but did you envision you'd actually have some of the same members of the tennis team, from your high school days playing on the tennis team with you here at Emory and Henry?
True, yeah. It was a little unexpected at first. Kelly McCall is a real good friend of mine, and he and I chose to come to Emory together. I mean, I guess indirectly he decided to come, and I was dead set on coming to Emory. So when I found out he was coming too, it was definitely a pleasant surprise to have him on the team as well. And also that we had a few guys, Justin Foster, who was a graduate of '07, and Brad Jones as well. They were kind of some local guys, and Brad's from Bristol and Justin's from Abingdon as well. So it's kind of nice to see some familiar faces around here. So.
Right. Well, focusing in on this season, the men's team is 5-7 and 1-3 in conference. And you guys lost your last game, but you had a string of wins right before then. What do you think needs to be done? Are you satisfied with your performance so far, yourself and as a team? And what do you think could be done to improve upon that record?
Well, based on last season, I think this is a good indicator of we're definitely a much improved team from last season. And I'm proud of my other guys on the team. They've played well at times, and everyone is having a tremendous year as compared to last year. But I'm overall, I think at this point I'm satisfied based on the teams we've played, and I think we have more of with the latter part of our season coming up. I think we have some more winnable matches coming up, and I really think that we'll come on strong at the end and get ready for the conference tournament coming up. So.
Now, as a team leader and a captain, how much of the responsibility falls on you when you don't perform well, and what can you do? Your role in the improvement of the team, as well as Coach Barker. What can you do to help these players improve, and what do you do?
Well, sure, yeah. No, playing number one is no easy task. And then you put some pressure on yourself as an athlete, and you want to perform to your best of your ability. And I think you go out there every time, but you just got to stay calm. That's the thing that I've always told myself, is to stay calm and be motivated throughout matches, and not to get discouraged. If you're playing bad, just continue to do that. And as a captain, I guess. Our leader on the team, I guess offer some helpful and encouraging words to the younger players on the team. We don't have as many match experienced players as I would say. A lot of the guys lower in the lineup have. Mike Rogers has not. We just got him to play last year, and
right.
he's a versatile athlete,
right.
and it's definitely helped him coming on the team. And Brian Butler as well is a good player. and we've had him, those two guys, since last year, and they've definitely helped our team out a lot. So it was kind of nice to. Interesting story. I won't go too far into it, but last year we were down a couple players after the fall, and I'd gone out and was trying to get a few guys to get on the team, and I presented it to Mike and Brian, and they definitely accepted, and it's been definitely helpful to have them on the team.
And you have a unique perspective on being on this team because you were injured throughout the spring of the 2007 season. So if you could talk a little bit about rehabbing.
Sure.
What was that process like, and that could help players, who are down, not get discouraged.
Sure. That was a pivotal part in my career as far as a tennis player. I didn't when I had the injury. I didn't know whether or not to how to perceive coming back as a student and an athlete, and I didn't know if it definitely was indirectly was motivation for me to want to get back and because after an injury like that, some people may call it a career, maybe not want to pursue it, continue it, but it definitely provided a lot of motivation for me to get back. And through that summer, I worked really hard, and in my junior year, the start of my junior year, I earned the #1 spot and have played the spot ever since. So looking back on it, it's been a good experience to come back from that.
Well, we're nearing the end of our time, but if there's one thing that you'd like to say that I've left out, would you like to tell the EHC-TV viewers something about tennis, or tell them to come out and support you?
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest parts is to have everyone come out and I guess just come out and support us. We've had a good crowd this year, and I've been very pleased with the results of having a bunch of friends come out and support us. So yeah, we have a home match this Saturday at 2 o'clock against Randolph, so if everybody could come out for that, I'd appreciate it.